This is a Santa Barbara example. This is a property for sale in Montecito. And their call to action is very simple. You want to have clear call to actions. You can see the property movie, you can click the images, you can go to the navigation, but ultimately you have to just tell people where you want them to go. When people hit your website, there needs to be some clarity. Here's CallWave. This is one of my alums. I'm a former CallWave girl. And what do you think their call to action is? Big red button. Right there, right corner. And then login. Login is up there for existing customers. And this is a page that was strategically designed to funnel people to where they wanted them to go. And that's their goal, is to get in, get them to the site, but also through the website. And when we have events, we have the big green button, view this event. And privacy policy. Not the sexiest piece of web marketing, but it's sustainable and it's important. The way we use people's personally identifiable information, PIDs, needs to be clearly communicated. If you're going to sell people's information, or if you're going to email people from time to time, or whatever it is, you need to share how you're using people's personally identifiable information, mostly how you address email addresses. If you have a shopping cart, how are you using people's addresses, things like that. If you go to WebMD, I think their privacy policy is several hundred pages, because we're dealing with health information and people filling out personal accounts. The one on Lori Thomas Web Marketing, which is not this site, it's just lorithomas.com, and you're all welcome if you're surfing the web. You can go to lorithomas.com, the privacy policy, often it's the best place for it is at the bottom of the page. You don't want to have people spending time on it. But the one on lorithomas.com says we will not share, sell, or whore out your personal information, or something silly. And actually, we got written up in the e-commerce Times. We ended up getting a media attention for it. But we are clear about what we don't do with people's information. So you want to make your site super search friendly. SEO stands for search engine optimization. You want to have clear architecture, and so these are the three things that make. This is what search engines look at. They look at the architecture of your website, and the architecture is just it's how easy is your website for a search engine to scan, or how easy is your blog for a search engine to read. The content is a big piece of the puzzle, and search engines will actually make a note in their indexing. So search engines are big mathematical equations. They're based on algorithms that take the phrase that you're searching on, and they go to their big index of every page they have in their search engine index, and they start to put together these mathematical, the mathematical likelihood of what comes up. So content comes up, but search engines will actually make a note if your website doesn't have updated content. They make a note and say, I don't need to come back to it very often because there's no point. So sites that have, even if it's a little news feed on the homepage or a little bit of blog feed, or let's say your whole site is a blog, and then search engines go, oh my gosh, this is new stuff all the time, they will actually come back. Yes, Sean?
How much is new?
Like for lorithomas.com, my main website, or my original website, it changes. Maybe the news page gets updated every 3 months or something, and that particular website does not get read as frequently as Web Marketing Therapy, and that's getting updated every day. I'd say a couple times a week is frequent to a search engine, but what I see organizations do, let's see if I can find a. So when you're making your site search friendly, and we're going to be doing a session next week specifically on search engine visibility, but the three things that are looked at primarily are the architecture of your site, the content, and the linking, and it's based on key phrases. So you can have lots of content, and let's say you're a realtor, and you talk about our real estate business, real estate, but you're a Santa Barbara realtor. If you don't say Santa Barbara real estate, you can write all the content in the world and have a brilliantly architected site, but you want to use keywords and phrases that are important. And any of you that have a business and a geographic location, you can go to Google, and you can go to Yahoo, and you can go to Bing, and you can do a local search submission And as long as you have an address in the business location, geographically where you do business, you can get listed here for free. These are all free. So I did a search for marketing Santa Barbara, and every single one of these businesses just submitted themselves for free. So just a free opportunity. Content. So Charlie Kimball is one of my favorite examples. He's a race car driver, and he has a website that has nice flash in his photos, and his sponsors need to be listed here. You can see who he is. He's got a great theme, taking the American dream to victory lane. Call to action, getting people to sign up. He has events and new content all the time. Charlie also is a blog babe, and he did not want to blog. He said, no, I don't like writing. And I said, yeah, but your fans want to know what's going on. The pharmaceutical companies that sponsor you want to know, your opinions on what it's like to be a race car driver with type 8 diabetes and what it's like to get on and off airplanes with this equipment. So his theme is not, I'm Charlie Kimball, a race car driver. His blog, built on blogger.com, which is free blog technology, is living in the fast lane with diabetes. That's his theme. And the theme keeps him focused and centered, and he often blogs from his iPhone at the airport. And this has become something his fans like to follow it. He's an incredible speaker. I mean, he really is a voice for young people, and he talks about what it's like to race and where he's going and where he's at, and it's actually just become a really awesome service tool for the people that know him, like him, and trust him, and want to know what's going on. And he can do this anywhere, but content has been a great tool for him. One of my other favorite examples, nation's leading tax negotiation and mediation firm. So blogging is not just for the mommy bloggers out there and the here's the breakfast I had today and the cereal I ate. This is tax resolution. So you're in trouble with the IRS. Instead of this is Michael Rosbrook. He's the CEO of Tax Resolution Services. He's also an educator. And what differentiates him from his competition is that he's ethical and he's an educator, and he helps people make the right choices. They don't take on every tax case, but they take their expertise and they blog about it. And this actually was up for a Stevie Award for being one of the top blogs. And this has become another connection tool. So before people go, do I pick you or do I pick someone else because this is a really emotional thing and the IRS is breathing down my back, they can get to know him, like him, and trust him and his company by connecting with the content first.